Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler video series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I did review this one once before, but it's been a few years. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, boy oh boy am I wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, though? Happens to be my Stellar Circuits shirt. Yeah, it's a very cool design. But what's Stellar Circuits? Stellar Circuits are a sort of progressive metal band out of the great state of North Carolina. North Carolina, by the way, has some amazing bands going on right now. Just wanted to toss that out there. Stellar Circuits, chief amongst them. I ran into these guys a few years ago through some Facebook ad stuff, and I decided to actually go over there and check out some of their music, and it turns out that, I super liked what they were doing. I was fortunate in that, not too long after that, they actually came by my way, and I was able to see them perform live for the first time. And since then, almost every year, they've come through, and I've been able to go over there and get to see them again. They are extremely good dudes, phenomenal musicians, and genuinely one of my favorite bands. I'm in my top 10. I like them so much. I actually have videos of their performances I've attended. Those videos are on my channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I really think they're amazing. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Reviewed this before, eh? Yes, indeed, folks. So, I think it was in 2023. I did a series of videos where I was I was focusing on what was it? Lent, right? Because you had the whole Lent thing going on. So I was over there and I was reviewing fast food fish sandwiches, and I tried to hit up basically every place that I could find. One of said places happened to be Wendy's. They had their offering of the crispy Panko fish sandwich, and well, boom, it's back. So yeah, I wasn't planning on reviewing this. I just got through reviewing their Wendy's, their new Thin Mint Frosty, and that was going to be it. But I saw this there, and I figured, what the fuck, man? Wendy's fish sandwich. Let's take a look at it. And like I said, I don't think I've had it since then, so it's probably been about 2 or 3 years at least. Okay, not gonna lie, it's not the most impressive fish sandwich I've ever seen, but let's get a thing for a thing here. And maybe something like that. Yeah, sure. Ha 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 ha! Yeah, it does seem kind of flat. Fish sandwiches, I know, are always kind of a pain in the ass for fast food places. That's why pretty much only McDonald's keeps it around. Well, that's not true. I think Culver's, they do as well, so. But anyway, let's try it out. I'm guessing. Oh, there's pickles. Big pickles. Why? Why are there pickles? I don't know. Let's give it a shot with the pickles. All right. Okay. It's not bad. I'll say that. But boy, oh boy, do I have grievances. I'll give Wendy's a certain amount of credit. Their pickles are definitely better than, say, McDonald's pickles, which are just absolute trash. There's no reason those need to exist. At least the pickles here, they're not. They have some okay flavor to them, and they're not overly punchy. Not to mention the pickle kind of works with the tartar sauce, since you've already got the tanginess from that. Here's the thing, though. That is the saddest thing I've ever seen in terms of a fish sandwich. That is paper thin, man. And look, man, I know inflation's a thing, blah, blah, blah. I get that. But, That's extremely weak. And I feel like, especially with this being a thing where, Wendy's doesn't do this all the time. It's an item they only bring out occasionally. I feel like they could have gone over there and afforded to, put out a proper fish sandwich. Wow, that's sad. And the thing is, the flavor on it isn't bad. I'll say that. You don't really get much in the way of that nice flaky texture because there's so little of it. But the exterior is crispy. They're not wrong in that regard. But because there's so little, like even when you go over there and you get a bite from one of those pickles, it kind of takes over because, okay, well, let's as soon as you bite into the pickle takes over the experience. Now, it does fade out, thankfully. And then you do get some of the fish sandwich, but that's so thin, man. Like, if they're going to do that thin, either they need to do it as a double, and, so at least that way you're getting something more to work off of, or quite frankly, let it go. Because, especially from Wendy's, I tend to hold Wendy's in high regard. And I'm not going to say everything I've ever had from there has been phenomenal, but, typically I consider them to be on a higher rung than, again, your McDonald's or, even like your Burger Kings. So for me personally, the fact that this is what they put out, that's sad, man. That's just really sad. Like, again, it's a limited time item. Just put into it, Let people have that nice memory of that fish sandwich so that, when it comes around again in a year, people will be thinking, oh, shit, man. I can't wait to go over there and get that Wendy's fish sandwich. It was so good last time. That's not the case here. The flavor isn't awful. The tartar sauce is okay. It's maybe a little bit... Let's kind of... I'll say I think the tartar sauce, I'm guessing it has like its own, like a dill pickle kind of vibe to it, or maybe just dill by itself. So you kind of get pickle on top of pickle. It's definitely a little bit more sour tangy than I would like personally for a tartar sauce. So yeah, not even the tartar sauce is exactly to my liking. Yeah, I really came into this expecting to really enjoy this, but alright. Well, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? No, and no. I mean, I remembered enjoying it from my previous review back a few years ago. I don't know if, I haven't watched that review since then. So I don't know. I don't know how it would hold up, but I was definitely expecting a lot better than this. This is extremely weak. And as somebody who, I like a fish sandwich from McDonald's every now and again. So I'm actually always kind of eager when the fish sandwich stuff starts to come out because it's like cool, it's a nice opportunity to get that in. This isn't up to Wendy's standards. And, say what you want about Wendy's, but again, I do think that they tend to put out, typically pretty good stuff, especially by fast food standards. This is just weak, man. And I can't get behind that. Yeah. And if I'm going over there and if I'm recommending it, I'm absolutely not. I think that, especially as the whole Lent thing comes around, you're going to get better options anyway. But even just with the available stuff, I would get a McDonald's fish sandwich over this. I would certainly get Culver's over this. I think if you want like a good fish sandwich, Culver's is always a good option. Eventually you'll get the Popeyes, like the flounder sandwich and stuff like that. Like, you'll have other stuff available that, by and large, is going to kick the shit out of this. Again, I personally think that there's no reason why Wendy's had to let us all down like this. This is them cutting corners, and it is what it is. So, sorry, but I can't recommend it. But, that all said, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year, folks who are having themselves a truly, proper fish sandwich tastic the rest of your life. Because again, proper fish sandwich is a great and wonderful thing. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, let me know. Try if you happen to go out and try the fish sandwich from Wendy's. Let me know your experience with it. Did I just get a shitty one, or is this kind of the overall, or because yeah, man, it doesn't feel. Again, for me, it doesn't feel up to snuff with what I know Wendy's can do and typically what I expect from them. But maybe I just got a bad batch. Let me know, though. Anyway,